Okay, your manifestation question is I asked the universe, I asked open the pathway, let the streams be open, and now I'm given the opportunity, but I have to make the first step. I have to take the first action, and I am paralyzed with fear, with the what ifs. What if it doesn't work out? What if people don't listen to me? What if people don't take me seriously? What if I take the action and it doesn't work out and it doesn't happen? This swirling, this spiraling of your ego mind with what it's doing, what it's meant to be doing. Its job is to keep you safe, to keep you in the zone of familiarity, to keep you in your comfort zone. So your manifestations, they are going to come with growth codes. They're going to come with ways to stretch and expand your window of tolerance, to expand that comfort zone, because the version you are right now and the version of you holding that dream and that desire, that gap, that is where the growth is going to happen. And the beginning point, taking that step and taking that action. And actually, this gap is to transform those fears and those what ifs. So, one of the first ways to start to transform the fear of this not being able to take action when it's like you've been granted this silver platter of you've asked for it, now it's here, and now there's like this halting part within you is instead of asking the like what if it doesn't work out, what if those spiraling questions, of flipping that on its head. It sounds so simple, but it's a little bit more difficult to just actually integrate it and practice it. What if it all works out? What if beyond even what I could dream of and want works out? What if it's more amazing than I could ever expect? What if this grows me, stretches me? What if turning it again on its head? And now, instead of that spiral downward, you start to spiral yourself up. You start to get back into that higher vibration, that connection of to the next step of where you're being called to go. So that is first to get your mind more aligned, to ease that freak out of our ego, right? That is again just trying to keep you safe. And now it's looking at the parts of you that are holding you back from taking that action. So if it's fear of it not working out, if it's fear of judgment, really taking the time to connect that this is a part of me. And it's beautiful because your manifestation, your dream is actually the opportunity and gateway to alchemize, transform, and shift all these hidden fears that have been within you. And they may not even be so hidden. Like you might be like, wow, I actually feel and sense that in my friendships, in my relationships. It shows up in many different arenas of my life. Hello, doggy. He just came to say hi to me. And now you are being granted this time to actually shift it. So, how can you start to shift these parts of you? Well, first, recognize that the fear is not you, it is a part of you. So, start to create some healthy separation that so it doesn't feel all consuming and it doesn't feel like you're drowning in fear. So, starting to create some healthy separation, you can either locate where you feel the fear in your body, you can visualize this part of you, the fear outside of you, so you can start to dialogue and connect to the part of you while you still remain present in who you are and connected to most likely it is an old part of you that was taught, told, trained, conditioned, saw failure, to be quiet, to hide, to not speak your truth, to that you can't make a mistake and you have to get everything perfect and right. Like you'll start to find the roots of these parts and fears are fueled by old programming and it bubbles up to the surface as paralyzed fear and I just can't take action. But what's actually underneath it is data, is bounty for you to work with. So when you start to create that separation, now you can connect to, okay, how old is this part of me? Like when you give that part of you a voice and you ask how old this fear, let's just use fear of judgment as an example. Fear of judgment. Oh, that actually feels quite young. Like that part feels like it's 6 years old. Okay, well, what did that 6 year old you need to know? This is reparenting yourself, all right? This is like a quick little crash course on inner child healing and reparenting and parts work. And we're just making it super simple so that you can start to take action in the direction of your dreams and goals and desires and be aligned with the universe and with yourself and update that subconscious. So when you start to connect to what this younger you needed, 6 year old you who again was taught that you couldn't make a mistake. So now you're afraid of being judged for learning as you go, for making a mistake. If what if you fall down and people see you? Like there was no safety in that. So can you gift yourself the wisdom as if you are your parent now, speaking to a younger 6 year old you as the example and telling them the truth that you are so safe to learn as you go. You don't live in that home anymore. You're not around those people anymore. You're around loving, supportive people. And it is safe to make a mistake because when you make a mistake, you gain so much wisdom. You learn so much from it. It is part of the journey, it is part of the process. It is necessary and needed. So, again, whatever wisdom younger you needed to hear so that they can start to take on that sense of ease and peace and even excitement and joy for where you're going and where they get to come with you. So after you have that conversation and you connect to that part of you, you can really allow this part to merge back within your heart. So it's like you're giving yourself a big hug, letting young 6 year old you merge within your heart, merge within your life, and they get to come with you as the adult you so that every time that adult you makes a mistake, they get to feel safe. They get to take on the lessons and the insights and the wisdoms that you as an adult learn as well. So that is a powerful way to kickstart and jumpstart your journey if you're finding yourself in deep, deep resistance. For summary, connect to what the resistance is, the fears, the judgments, the doubts, create that healthy separation, tune into how old this part is of you. What did that part need from perhaps their parent that now, as you can reparent, can give to yourself? And honestly, you might have to do this like day after day after day. Like I still daily have to do this inner work as my dream is so much of reparenting, reconditioning, reprogramming these old programs around work, around success, around wealth and worthiness. Like I had so much worthiness tied into work, and it's so beautiful when you can just take a moment and connect to the higher wisdom and what's actually going on a macro level, like your desires, your dreams, what's being presented to you, what life is presenting to you, to engage with that tension and to clear up that resistance. Like it is a gift and it feels icky and tough and murky and sludgy and it does while you're in it, but as you continue to do this type of inner work and connect, like this is the beautiful thing about the manifestation journey. It grows you. It's about the person you become along the way. These cliches that, ugh, they're so cheesy, but they're so true. And when you start to integrate them, you're like, that makes sense. I get it now. I'm here for those cheesy cliches. I have so many other videos and supportive guidance on my channel. I'll leave a bunch in the description box below so that you can, if you were like, oh, I just want someone to guide me through this, I have those videos there for you to make it super, super easy for you. Because I really just want you to manifest your best life and what comes in the manifestation journey. It's not all ease, but it gets to be fun. It gets to be enjoyable even with the inner work. Usually we need to do that inner work before our outer world will shift and change. And once you do that inner work and you clear up that resistance, it's not hard to take action. It's exciting, it's fun, and it's not this like gripping and like the clawing of, why I can't do it. I know what I need to do, but I can't do it. It's like we need to the prerequisite for you to take action is this inner work. So lots of love, lots of light. Until next we meet.